I want to respond to a comment because I love questions, and it wasn't like a question that needed to be answered, but it made me laugh, so I just thought I would talk about it. So I got a comment in one of my videos that was about the death of the ego, and what it feels like, and how it's terrifying and feels like you're dying and you have an existential crisis. And there is like this moment of, I'd heard people talk about it, but I didn't know what they were talking about until I experienced it. It's like the last moment, the ego just knows, oh no, this is it. They don't need me. There is a real existential fear that just causes this strange panic, and it feels like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die. But the weird thing was, for me, it happened right here in this room. I was not in danger. So I see now that what was happening was like my ego was dying, and it threw all these thoughts in my mind and gave me real physical sensations like I'm in fear, I'm in panic, something's not right. Now, in reality, everything was perfectly fine. My ego was just throwing the last punch as it went down before it got knocked out. So the question on the video that I was explaining this process was kind of funny. The response was, oh my gosh, I experienced this same thing. Now what do we do? And that's the beauty. There's nothing to be done. The seeking's ended. There's no truth to be found. There's no, the answer is nothing, or whatever you want. But in my experience, I found that after this process took place, and I was metaphorically flailing around on the floor, I got up and I thought, wow, it's silent. It's like my brain turned off. Like the thing I always wanted to happen finally happened. Like the thoughts, the brain activity, the overthinking, the questioning, the wondering, like all that just took a huge backseat. And it was like I was led by my body instead of my mind, my heart instead of my mind. And everything that I used to think that I needed to do to either like get somewhere, to attain something, to get God's approval, all that just stopped. So the question in a way is unanswerable. Like, what do we do now? It's kind of funny because it's like the ego, I think, still wanting something to do, but there's nothing to do. At least in my experience, this is how it's showing up. There's nothing to attain. When you see the emptiness of everything and the interconnectedness of everything, it's almost laughable that we were ever duped into thinking that we needed to do anything or accomplish anything at all. So I call that kind of like a survival mode. Like you're kind of going through the motions and like you're just doing what you need to do, and you're not really thriving, and you're not really feeling very good, or you're kind of ignoring your feelings. And there's always this deep sense of lack where something needs to be done or accomplished or attained. And when that ends, all the questions disappear too. So I get it, because I had the same feeling. The last couple of weeks, I've just been existing and enjoying breathing and the wind on my face, and just things that I've missed my whole life because I was in my head thinking too much. And there's just nothing to be done. There's no path. I won't say there's no truth. I don't know if there is an objective truth. My subjective, what I'm feeling in my reality is that truth is in the present moment only. Like there's no truth in my thoughts anymore. So the past doesn't really matter. The future doesn't really matter. Like nothing. I had someone tell me the other day, they were kind of in a political panic where they were thinking like, oh, the world's going sour and the US is going down, and we're all going to need to start our own farms and live off grid. And I was just listening to them, and there wasn't agreement or disagreement, but I was just waiting. I was waiting for them to have a moment of present awareness so I could meet them there. I was waiting for them to stop panicking so they could look in my eyes and see that I didn't have the panic, which happened. And, I related, I validated them, and told them that would feel scary. And it's not like I wrote off what they were saying. I genuinely saw that they were having a feeling that was uncomfortable, and I met them there. But it's not something I can engage in anymore, because it just feels fake. Like there's no reality there. There's no substance there. So what we do is anything you want, or nothing. Which means that everything that's done after you realize that there's nothing to be done is out of your own choice, is coming from a real place of really wanting to do it because it's fun, or you enjoy it, or it helps someone. Like you are truly living not from a place of need, but just from a place of emptiness. So whatever you give, you're truly giving. Whether you receive it in response doesn't matter. That's why I can have nasty comments on some of these videos, and it's like, oh, okay, well, sure. It, there's no need to respond. Sometimes I've tried to respond and it didn't go well, and just see that as like, well, that's where they're at. They can't hear what I'm saying, and that's just how it is. There's no need to be right. There's no need to argue. It's just complete freedom to do what you want, what you will. But I think a lot of times we're raised and we live so much in the ego and in our head and in fear and thinking that we need to do the right thing, that at least for me in my life, like I needed to somehow find the right thing to do, or to like be a good person, or to have the right career, or to like be the best father. And all my efforts towards those things actually were pretty detrimental and didn't help. They actually caused the opposite. But now, not having any of those goals, I don't have goals anymore. I don't think about what happens tomorrow. I don't think about what happens yesterday. There's complete freedom to just do the things that I love, and all those things that I previously wanted or had as goals or that I needed to do are now just done because I enjoy it. And when there's no strings attached, I think people can feel that, because my responses to my kids, my non-reactiveness in conversations has been noticed. And some people have even told me in conversation. So, yeah, in response to that comment, there's just freedom to do or to not do. There's freedom to be. It's like shifting from doing to being, but being is so new and uncomfortable that I get it. Like you feel still like the programming is, well, I have to do something, right? But the answer is no. It's beautiful and a bit strange to get used to. Anyway, that's it for now.